Imagine this: the phrase "made from scratch" didn't start in the bustling kitchens of yesteryear or amidst the clatter of pots and pans. Instead, it sprang from the dusty grounds of sports fields and the competitive rings of boxing. In the late 18th century, scratch referred to a line, often literally scratched into the earth, marking the starting point in sports like running and cricket. This line was the great equalizer. Here, every competitor stood on the same footing, without any advantage. In boxing, scratch was the line where fighters squared off, a place where one had to quite literally meet the standard or toe the line. As the concept of starting from this literal scratch permeated society, it evolved. To start from scratch didn't just mean beginning at a common starting line, it implied starting without any given advantages, competing solely on one's skill and effort. Fast forward to the early 20th century and we see scratch making a figurative leap, used to describe any endeavor undertaken from the ground up. No leg-ups, no shortcuts. This was captured beautifully by James Joyce in Ulysses, where he describes a character's humble beginnings and scrappy rise. But when did this sporting term whisk its way into the culinary world? The transition seems as organic as the ingredients one might use when cooking from scratch. By the mid-20th century, amidst a booming era of convenience foods and TV dinners, a 1946 New York Times article lamented the decline of traditional cooking from scratch, signaling a shift back to basics in response to the processed food wave. Thus, made from scratch in the culinary sense, today champions a return to fundamentals, emphasizing the authenticity and effort akin to starting a race from that original scratched line in the earth. It celebrates not just the quality of the dish, but the journey of its creation. No pre-made mixes, no shortcuts, just pure, painstaking craft. This journey of a phrase from the sports fields to the kitchen highlights the dynamic and evolving nature of language, reflecting changes not just in how we speak, but in how we live, cook, and perceive the world around us. From a simple line in the dirt to a cherished culinary practice, made from scratch continues to resonate, reminding us that sometimes the best way forward is to start at the very beginning.